Hey there, and welcome back to Voice Notes from the Organized Homeschool. I think this one's going to be a quick one. I am on my morning walk, and I just wanted to share some things that are coming up in a conversation based off of a post I made in a couple Facebook groups. And I hope that this voice note can start conversation over here too, because I'm so curious to know where everyone falls. I think I'm getting the trend, the theme from the responses in Facebook, but who knows? I'm open to different opinions and things. I'm open to different opinions. So what I posted, and I'm just wondering, is if you have oversight from your state or local education department, county, city, whoever that might be, I'm wondering if you feel like they should, or if you would like them to offer you support in some type of way. So what I mean is, in the state that I'm in, we have to do reviews to show that we are giving regular instruction to our children if we choose to homeschool them. And to be my understanding of these reviews is literally just to ensure there is no educational neglect happening for a family or a child whose family decides to homeschool. So what these reviews look like is like twice a year, we literally just show work that we are doing with our child. And that's really it. We have to show it in 8 subjects: reading, writing, ELA, and we have to show it in 8 subjects, which are ELA, math, science, social studies, art, music, PE, and health. And I've done 2. This is our first year of homeschooling, so I've done it twice. We're supposed to do it twice a year, and honestly, they're pretty painless. We've gotten really good feedback. We've been marked, you're either marked compliant or non-compliant. If you're non-compliant, you have 30 days to show that you're compliant. So you get to come back and show them again. Honestly, I don't know what happens if you're non-compliant that second time. I'm sure some type of social worker or county person would either come. I think maybe I actually read that you would have to be required then to enroll your child in public school. So maybe that is the next step. But anyways, those are the reviews. And there is a part of me that feels like if I have to show these folks, this random people, educational system, my stuff, then they should be giving something, right? I don't know if there's money, if it's workshops, if it's a community. I feel like they can't just require this of us and not give support in any way. And at the same time, I understand that with government supports comes accountability in certain ways. But I feel like the accountability is already there. It's the review, right? I don't know. There's a big part of me that's like, this can't be real. And there are some states that you can get government money to use towards curriculum or different things. And so I am curious to know what the oversight accountability looks like for those states. So if you're in one of those, let me know in the comments if you're on Substack, or DM me if you are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Anyway, so I posed this question in a couple Facebook groups that are specific to my state, because I know that everybody's in the same boat in terms of we all have to do the reviews. If we don't do the reviews, we can actually join an umbrella, and the umbrella kind of lets the county know that we're good. So there's that option. But I posed this question, and so far, I think all but one person has been like, absolutely no. Hell no. Sorry, excuse me. You're probably listening to this to your kids. I apologize. But it is a resounding, we don't want nothing to do with these schools because that's why we homeschool. Valid point. Valid point. Point heard. I get it. So I wanted to share that here. Just curious if that's the, sentiment everywhere. And I should have put in my voice note, would it make a difference if the county was like paying for these, but it wasn't county people running them, it wasn't schools running it? Because a big piece of the argument that people were making in the comments to these posts is that, they know how to educate children in schools. They don't know how to homeschool, which is different. So again, very good points. And so I should have said, or one of my additional wonderings that maybe I'll go back and update the post is what if these were run by homeschoolers? It was just the county paying the homeschoolers to run these for other homeschoolers. Would that make a difference? And I think for some maybe, and for others, they still just want probably nothing to do with government funding in any way their child's education. So I just thought I'd share this over here. Thought it was very interesting. I got a lot of really quick responses that were paragraphs long of basically summary, absolutely not. And so yeah, that definitely was interesting to me and thought I'd bring it over here. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to share. Feel free to DM me at the Organized Homeschool on Instagram or TikTok, but DMs on Instagram are so much better. The last thing I'll say is I would love to have you join me on Voice Notes from the Organized Homeschool, and I'm looking to learn from more homeschoolers and share your brilliance, your expertise, all of your experience here. And so what it'll look like is there's no recording day because I know we're all busy. So who's going to be able to sit down for an hour or 30 minutes even to record a podcast interview? I mean, we can figure it out because we basically are superheroes, but I don't even want to add that into your need to figure out list. So what this would look like is we would just send voice notes back and forth to each other, chatting about homeschooling, chatting about things that you are doing, what you're using to homeschool, lessons you've learned, even challenges you might be having and how you're processing through them. We would just chat back and forth. And then at the end of our conversation, I'll go ahead and download our voice notes and then share them here on the podcast so that others can listen in on our conversation and learn. So if you're interested, send me a DM or put a comment below and we can get our conversation started. And literally this might be a conversation over a course of days. There's no rush. If you don't respond back for a day or two or whatever, it's totally fine. I have no schedule to get these out. I have no goal of how many I want to do or anything like that. I just want to learn and to support others to learn too. So that's it. That's all I have. Let me know what you think about this whole, would you want, support? Do you feel like the county should be supporting you? Oh, last thing I'll say is, we are paying property taxes, which go to the per pupil funding for education. So what are we getting in return if we choose to homeschool? We don't get the schools. And I know that private school families don't either. However, I've done some research and I know that in some cases, private schools do get funding from the state. So there's that. But last point, I'm going back and forth. Let me get off of this and you all take over the conversation. Talk to you in the next voice note. Bye.